I hate planking because it's basically, you just don't do anything. And I prefer exercises that, oh man, I was just going to do this all in one uncut take so that you knew that I wasn't like cheating. And that's one of the reasons that I hate planking, because it's not like you can do a bunch of reps and get it done. You're actually just sitting here waiting for a timer to go off. And I don't know if you can see me, but I'm already starting to shake a little bit because I already did a couple takes of this. I used to hate running too, though. I mean, it was one of those things where it was miserable and hateful and full of vile, terrible feelings and emotions. But now I like running a lot.
Vlog day 13.
Huh. Nope. And no squirrels. I really think they got the picture and left. I haven't even seen any out here. Sleeping in has left me feeling like all my motivation to get anything done today has just been stripped away from me. It just feels like I've wasted so much time, I just feel kind of paralyzed.
GPS signal lost.
My brain is struggling to keep up, and I think that's because I haven't eaten anything. I don't think that's the fault of running. Well, not having eaten anything and running, not helping. I can't remember which one of these sticks. I love runny yolks, just not in a sandwich. It gets kind of a little too messy. Ah, so close. Definitely one of the uglier flip jobs I've ever done. Oh, I need cheese. I totally forgot about cheese. It might be a little bit big. I totally thought somebody's cell phone went flying into the street, but I did not know that they were organic. All right, well, I was deceived. Somebody threw something in the street, totally thought that they lost their cell phone. Turns out it was just a Capri Sun. So even though I hate sleeping in, seriously, like, sleeping in was the worst decision that I made all day. The problem with sleeping in is that I feel like I've wasted my entire day, even though I only wasted a few hours. But when you only have a few hours in any given day, you know, it's just like wasting a couple of them, just drives me crazy. I never thought I'd get to that place where I didn't want to sleep in. I always thought that sleeping in was just something I would always want to do. Like, I'd always just want as much sleep as possible. But I'm at this place where, like, sleep is kind of like the enemy. A very sexy, seductive enemy. Because let's be honest, you need sleep. As a human, it's just a thing that you need. But you also only have so much time, and sleeping, you can't do anything while you're asleep. And so when I've got revisions to do, revisions are another thing. Revisions are driving me crazy right now. I'm probably halfway through this book that I should have finished revising like weeks ago, and I just hate myself while I'm reading it. It got better. I was freaking out a little bit in the coffee shop, partially because I overslept. A big part of it's because I overslept. I've got to find a way to shorten this book, but I don't know how to shorten it. I just don't, the longer you look at it, the more you hate it. I got to a place where I was actually doing pretty well. I was starting to feel a little bit better about the revisions. I was starting to feel better about the pace of the book. It's not a bad book. It's actually a fun, fast, it's a decent book. I can't say that it's a good book because I wrote it, so you can't trust me. But I'm actually pretty happy with it. So when I got into that groove, it was great. And then as soon as I got into the groove of actually writing, I wound up needing to get into conference calls and do work for my tech company, and that's just deflating. When you have momentum on something that you need to be doing, like revising a book, and then it gets interrupted, it's just so wildly dissatisfying. And now I have to go mail tax documents to the IRS that are on a legitimate time crunch, where I'll be liable for paying taxes on a lot of money that is not even mine. And it's just ridiculous. I've never been in this post office before. It's cool. Just should definitely move my P.O. box to this one. The one my P.O. box is in is useless. Moving friends into their house suddenly seems like going back to work.
It's going to. We just have to... No, because our... Yeah.
Hey, Jay, not helpful. Come on.
Very helpful. I don't know what you're talking about. The documentation, so you guys see how silly you look later.
Good question.
How about this? Ben's doing a lot of work there.
It was, yeah.
Good job.
Got that.
Way to balance that.
Snailed it.
Last bit. And I realized this was out here. Speaking of tech company, these are some chips for our next prototype. I sent a text just now to Cody, who's our electronics technician, and told him, hey, look, King, it's chips for our next prototype. And he responded with, oh, good, can you open it and show me how they're packaged? To which I said, sure. Not that this big silver package is intimidating. I'm assuming that I cut along the dotted line here, which seems like a safe assumption, but there are no tiny little scissors to tell me that that's okay. So Cody, if I totally screw this up, I'm sorry. See, I feel like there's something there. Maybe I'll cut a little higher. That was a wise decision. All right. Oh, look at that. Those are ready to be put on a new prototype. I should probably send him a photo now, shouldn't I? I'm pretty sure I did that without ruining anything. It's really exciting that we're getting our next round of prototypes printed. It's just always a little nerve-wracking for me to handle raw components. It's also interesting to me that they just send samples of these out. I'm learning so much through this whole process. It's fantastic. Also, this is Robert behind me, my grandma's old cat. He's not around anymore. I don't know why I stopped in front of Robert's painting. And then Cody texted me to let me know he wants me to ship them straight to the manufacturer when we're ready to make the prototypes. Which means I have to be responsible for them for a while. And I'm not the most I'm pretty responsible. They'll be fine. That might be an overzealous pack job, but I'd rather be overzealous than underprepared for, the horrible things that are bound to happen to this thing if I don't take care of it. Boomerang has been a ton of fun, and I've learned a lot. But I will tell you more about it maybe tomorrow or soon when I'm in a better mood. I'm sorry, I've been in a bad mood today, and I'm sure it's bleeding through into the video. It has something to do with having slept in. It has something to do with just have those days, Sometimes you just have a bad day.
Can't do this steadily. This is the most labor-intensive beer I think I've ever poured.
I'll stream it in the morning.
Stop. Just love me without.